Peg with me, your host, the guy with the eyebrow, the Mad Montreal Man. And I know what you're thinking. What's with another show? We just had the show. Well, I'm going to insert a little reason why. You'll see here. Boop. That's right. This episode of On the Peg is brought to you by the one, the only, Shane. And for those of you who have been watching the channel, you know I always toss Shane's name out there every now and then. But Shane's a real person. He's not made up. He's a fantastic human being. And he's also been my #1 supporter, not only here on the Peg, but on my older channel when I did comic book reviews and movie reviews. Shane has been my brother from a different set of parents that I've never physically met, but I love the man. He's fantastic. He's one of the reasons why I keep doing this show. Just flat out. The guy encourages me every time. He enjoys it. And if only Shane watches the show and likes it, then you know what? It's okay. It's worth it. I mean, if I can make someone laugh and feel good, great. And obviously, I think Shane gets enough out of watching me hurt myself, banging my hand on the desk and other things. But that's okay. But Shane did something this week that floored me. Now, I knew this was coming, so I'm not going to act like I was so surprised, because he did tell me a while back he had a package for me in which he was sending me Catman, because I can't get Catman here. And anyone in Canada knows you can't order from Target in the States, and McFarlane Toys, not the most reliable getting stuff from McFarlane Toys up in Canada. So you're pretty much stuck with the stores and stuff like Amazon and a few other things like that. But he told me he was sending me this, and I am like overjoyed because, well, wait till we get to review Catman. He also sent in a wonderful letter and a graphic novel that I plan on enjoying reading, and of course a comic book from Ireland, which I will review separately on the other channel. But he also caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting anything but Catman. Really, that's it. He also had this in the package. Oh, that's right. Swamp Thing. The horned Swamp Thing. But that's not where it stopped. This is what really floored me. This is how nice a guy is. This is what I mean when you want to have faith in humanity. When you want to have, a sign that there's people out there who actually care about people they don't know. I was talking about how I couldn't get this thing ages ago. He remembered. He sent me Deadman. I mean, it blew me away. It floored me when I got the package. This floored me. I've already sent him a message already on Facebook saying, wow, I mean, Shane, I love you, but my God, dude. And also the shipping from Ireland, I was shocked. So don't worry, I have a package for you, and I got some goodies for you coming your way. But let's get back to the show, because we're doing a show that was brought to you by Shane. And he probably bought these at Silver City. Not. He bought these at Sub City. Silver City's in Toronto. We don't talk about Toronto. But no, Shane most likely got these at his friend's shop, Sub City Comics. So if you got them there, thank you. If you got them somewhere else, thank you. But either way, Shane, thank you. And this show is all because of you. So, ow. Sorry, I just had a bug fly in my eye. So let's talk about Catman first. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about these than I normally do, because I'm never going to see this again. So I'm going to enjoy the package, and for once, I know this is rare, I'm going to show you a bit more of the package. So you got Catman. Well, let's look at the details. You also have the great Catman artwork in the back. And of course, this is from, the Villains United storyline, but wow. This is... it almost leaves me speechless. But what do you say we take Catman out of the package, because you know me, mint in package, for some doubles maybe, especially when I get them sometimes. But for most part, when it's a rarity like this, I want it out of the package and I want it on the shelf. So let's cut away and take a look at Catman. this is, like I said, I'm speechless when it comes to the most part. The card's nice, of course. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can tell in the close-up. This is real cloth. This is a real cloth cape. I have nothing bad to say about this multiverse. This even works. It is... Okay, if you don't know the history of Catman, there's been more than one Catman. There's only been one Catman for the DC Universe, of course. But before DC had its own Catman, there was another comic book character called Catman that was a hero. DC acquired that one ages ago. We're talking before even I was born. I know I'm old, but I'm not that old. So Catman, depending on how you see him, is a vigilante, a hero, or he is a bad guy. To me, I love Catman. This is just... In some ways, it's a different form of Batman. It's a different take on Batman, let's be honest. I mean, it was back then. It sort of still is now. It's kind of like Owlman, which I'll be reviewing probably next week, because I have the Owlman as well. But it's just... This is how you make an action figure. Look at this. There's no weird lines. You have the cape. It's so soft. The cape is well built into the cowling. The detail in the claws, and you do have two other hands, basically open fists, or people call them the trigger finger fists, because you can put these wonderful knives in his hands as well. But I just love the claws. This is... It's hard to even just say front of shelf. This deserves its own shelf. It is just amazing. I love the detail. I mean, the face would have been nice if we had a different face, like a smiling Catman. But for the most part, wow, this is how you make an action figure. It looks like the comic book character. It is well articulated. It is well detailed. You know, I can even see why I've seen some people in the good old United States of America have taken the Catman and turned him into a Batman. Why? Why? He deserves to just be Catman. If I ever manage to get myself my hands on one of these, another one of these, it is going to be one of the rare ones that I will just literally shove on my wall and never touch again. Because I have one out of the package. And if I had one in the package, it'd be on my wall. Because Catman is just... I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I never thought I'd have one in my hands. Thank you, Shane. It's just... Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some shelving and make a special spot where he's like the center of the front of the shelf. So he's not just front of the shelf, he's going to be center, front stage of that shelf. But yeah, he is fantastic. I mean, he's perfect. Oh, I went punny. But no, it's, yeah, and the cape, I mean, you don't have to have a wire in a cape. It literally just... There's enough material here to be a proper cape. I mean, can you imagine... Well, I know the first appearance of Batman Detective 27. There's a figure coming out. The regular one's going to have purple hands. I kind of want the variant with the blue hands. Apparently, the cape's going to be a lot like this as well. Hopefully it is. Hope I can get one down. I do have it on pre-order, the regular one with the purple hands, but this is fantastic. This is how you do a cape. You know, unlike the Superman I did in the previous episode, this is a proper cape. And I don't really see it costing more money. You know, for a company like McFarlane Toys to literally get a piece of fabric and do this. All capes should be made out of material. That's all I'm going to say. But let's not spend the entire show on Catman. I don't want to put him down. He's so cool. Let's put him down right and look at him. Let's do the Swamp Thing. The big guy. Now, if you see my videos, you know I have the regular version of Swamp Thing. This actually sold out. I remember when I was talking to Shane months ago that Swamp Thing was everywhere in Ottawa. You saw them everywhere. Every GameStop had this Swamp Thing. It had the regular Swamp Thing. A few even had the gray, the one you can paint yourself. But the funny thing was, about 2 weeks after I said that, he disappeared from shelves. It's like people all of a sudden went, oh, Swamp Thing, and bought them all. And no, GameStop never had this one on sale. It just happened. He just, tons of them, and now they're gone. But let's take a look at the other Swamp Thing, as I call it, the God Swamp Thing, and we'll be back momentarily. I love the quality of the card as well. I'm looking forward to I can build a bigger studio so I can actually do these kind of pictures myself. But let's get into Swamp Thing. Now, the body is the same as the previous Swamp Thing, so I'm not going to talk about the body. I mean, it is extremely well detailed. Excuse me, I'm a bit sick today. I am going to talk about this base sculpt, the horns. Man, if you've ever read Swamp Thing comic books, especially the Alan Moore ones, you realize how great the stories were written. Alec Holland's Swamp Thing, it was fantastic. And to me, as the elemental of the green, the horn version is just so right. It's right. This is how I would see if Swamp Thing were to walk our world today. I'd want to see this guy. I want to see this giant tree-like guy with branches for horns. This is great. I mean, you know, his own weight keeps him up. Don't really need this little thin disky thing. And I think what's going to happen is I'm going to eventually, when I do have shelves, I'm going to get a shelf that's going to just be for the large mega figures. Front of shelf. It's just like, wow. It's just amazing. It's amazing. I love the detail in the hands, the arms, the face. I mean, in some ways, it almost smells like the outdoors. If the outdoors was made out of AstroTurf. But no, fantastic. I love having this guy. It's to think that I was against buying the Megafigs like when I first started doing this channel. Now I'm like, I'm enjoying the Megafigs. I'm loving the Megafigs. I got a few more on order. But yeah, this is just, I love the hands. It's definitely making me feel like I'm looking at Bernie Wrightson's artwork. Now that is hard to beat. But because this is a very special show and I want to say what caught me off guard for last. Deadman. Now, I'm not sure if you heard what happened with Deadman. When it came out, I had this on. I had, I think, 2 on order because I wanted 2 of them, and it got canceled. They didn't make enough for the Canadian market. Now, some people in Canada did get it. Apparently, nobody I know got it. Even some of my friends in the States never got Deadman. So when I opened up the box and I saw Boston Brand, mouth hit floor, no doubt about it. So what do you say we take good old Boston Brand? It literally takes my breath away. Because, you know, Justice League Dark, you need a Deadman. Now we need a Zatanna. Yeah. Classic Zatanna would be wonderful as well. We have a semi-decent Constantine. We have Swamp Thing. Oh my God, he's so good. We need Zatanna and, of course, the Creeper. I'm dreaming of figures I wish McFarlane would build. But let's take Deadman out and be back shortly. of those comic book characters that I don't think ever got a fair shake. And I was just reading the new origin of Deadman, and in some ways, it's what I mean. The original Deadman, Boston Brand, who's still called Boston Brand, was a circus performer. He was murdered. Okay, typical DC, circus thing. Circus performer gets killed. He comes back as, Deadman. Boston Brand comes back as Deadman. He had a twin brother as well. The new origin, apparently he had childhood trauma and abuse. Don't like the new origin. I love Deadman. I love the fact that, there's so many interactions that Deadman has had over the years with different characters. He's interacted with Batman. He's interacted with so many wonderful characters. He is probably one of the greatest comic book characters that most people don't even realize is out there. Now, he could take over Superman's body. Think about it. He literally is up there with the original Spectre when it comes to coolness. I mean, the only thing about Spectre I didn't like was the religious tones to it, but Deadman basically was like, well, you have the Spectre who's God's vengeance, and you have Deadman, who's a different deity's vengeance. But let's talk about the accessories. Now, I give McFarlane credit for doing the weird swirly things. They're a bit different. I don't know exactly how to put them on him. They don't exactly go very well. I do admit that the back peg is really cool. You can't really see too well, but it is a face. It goes on his back like that. Actually, they made a hole for it. It goes over his shoulders. I think it's supposed to symbolize a spirit, but it's kind of weird because Deadman is a spirit. Unless this is Deadman's twin brother, and that's Deadman coming out of his twin brother. Ooh, that would be cool. But the other two, they're really cool. I haven't figured out how to put them on where they look really great. But let's talk about the figure itself. Blown away. This is Deadman. This is Boston Brand. I like the fact that the neck collar is stiff. It's solid. It's not flimsy. It actually really focuses you on looking at that face. The detail in the face is amazing. I'm just surprised they didn't make him glow in the dark. Thankfully, they didn't. But no, this is Deadman. Of course, he's posable as usual. There's no problems with him. I mean, he's exactly what I would want in an action figure. It's just, it's just amazing. This is one time McFarlane Toys definitely got it right. They did an action figure that isn't a Batman, even though technically speaking, you could say it ties into the Batman stuff because of all the times that he's teamed up with Batman. But for people like you and me who want to build certain sets, like I want to have a Justice League set. And unfortunately, my Wonder Woman that I paid for is yet to ship. It got canceled at the pre-order, and when I ordered it online, it has never shipped. It still says pending shipping. But I want to have a proper Justice League. I also want to have a George Perez Teen Titans. Oh, one day we'll have that. One day we'll have it. But I also want to build a Justice League Dark. I also want a Justice League International, so I still need a Rocket Red, a Fire and Ice, Guy Gardner as either... McFarlane, do Guy Gardner as Green Lantern and do him as Guy Gardner Warrior or the Yellow Lantern. You could do two variants of Guy Gardner. But for Justice League Dark, you need Swamp Thing, which we have. We have Deadman now. At least I have Deadman now. Thank you, Shane. You need a Spectre. John Constantine, we have the DC Direct one, which is perfect because it has that look to it. We still need a few others, like we need the Chimp Detective because he's part of Justice League Dark. We need Zatanna. And I don't care if it's Zatanna in the fishnets or her newer look. I don't care. We need Zatanna. We need it. We need to build a Justice League Dark. It's not just Batman all the time. Yes, Batman sells. I mean, you can see. Yes, Batman sells. We have a lot of Batmans. But it's nice once in a while to get something different. And this, to me, is a good start. And as for action figure goes, it's also not in the typical hand. This is it. This made my week. This made my week. So if you enjoyed today's show, basically, thank Shane. Shane brought you this show. He literally spent his hard cash to send these to me, to buy these, to give them to me, so we could have this show together. This moment is brought to you by Shane. Fantastic. I mean, I'm speechless in some ways. And yeah, unscripted, unsupervised. I'm unsupervised, that's right. No one tells me not to buy toys, except my wallet. And of course, distribution from McFarlane Toys. But no, this is fantastic. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Shane, I hope you like the extra goodies I'm putting in your box I'm sending to you next week. Because I did pick up Animal Man for Shane. And I had some other things already aside for Shane. Because I sent him a package originally to Ireland. It came back after spending a month in London. Because all the Canadian food I put in the package somehow disappeared. And the London Post said they couldn't deliver it. Not making that mistake this time. But I do have some things for you, Shane. I have some goodies apart from Animal Man. I have some goodies I've been saving for you. So I can finally send them to you. And I hope you enjoy them. And to everybody out there, this is what friendship's about. This is one of the things I really like to say when I say stay positive. Because when you're having a bad day, like I was having a bad week, especially when this came. I was having a horrible day when this showed up. And it made my day. It literally made my week. It literally... I was like, I got the box. I'm like, okay, it's a box. It's from Shane. I'm like, it's a pretty big box for one action figure. And then I opened it up and I was just like, blown away. Blown away. It made my day. That's all. That's the best way to say it. And that's what I mean by staying positive. Because when you have friends, even though I've never actually met Shane, I've never met him. We've talked on Facebook, but we've actually never physically met. But sometimes some of the best people in your life aren't necessarily people, that are next to you. They're not always the people that you have blood relations with. Sometimes family are those people who reach out and care and make you smile. And Shane is going to be family to me for the rest of my life. My daughter, Nika, thinks of Shane as family. Her uncle she's never met. And yeah, this is just... Yeah, it brings hope back in the world when something like this happens. And to some people it might not mean much, but to someone like me, having a friend care that much to go out of his way to send me toys, basically. Toys make you feel better. So I'll wrap it up with that. Shane, once again, thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me, having these in my collection. All of them are front of shelf. Every single one of these three is front of shelf. Center of front of shelf. But I look forward to seeing your reaction to the stuff I'm sending you. You might not have to do a YouTube video, but, I want to see a reaction when you eventually get the package, and I will give you the information when the package is being shipped out. It's being shipped out on Monday. I'll give you the tracking information as well as all that. But thank you once again for watching the show. I hope you guys all liked this special show brought to you by Shane. I know, I liked it. I'm just blown away. This is how you make a cape. This is how you make characters that, you really promote new characters and get people interested. On that note, I'm going to go put these on the front of the shelf. And we'll see you before next Friday for the regular... Before we have some shorts, because we did film a whole bunch of shorts. We just haven't had time to edit them all. But next Friday, we do have a show. And next Friday, heads up, it's going to be Batman. Yeah, it's going to be Batman. At least some Batman. I mean, we have... okay, tell you what. Why don't you guys tell me what you want to see next week? Do you want to see the Negative Earth Batmans that I have? Do you want to see the Batman sort of like spin-offs like Midnighter, Owlman? Do you want to see the movie Batman stuff I have? do you want to see my opinion of the Batman as designed by Todd McFarlane? Let me know in the comments which Batman you want to see next week. I might also have some other stuff too. I still have some other stuff that I'm waiting for. Stuff that's not DC Multiverse. I know. Got to branch out a little bit. But until then, if anything, it would really make me happy if you guys all put a comment out there in the comments saying, "Thank you, Shane." That would make my day. I would really like to see that for my subscribers, all my new subscribers, and thank you for subscribing. I know there's been a few new people in the past in a while. Thank you. But it just would be really nice if just in the comments you just put a thumbs up for Shane or "Thank you, Shane, for this extra show," and this blows me away. Humanity hasn't gone. It's Irish! Humanity lies in Ireland and in Scotland. The Celtic Isles, basically. I know it sounds crazy, but I've never met friendlier and more generous people than the Irish and Scottish. I mean, they put a lot of Canadians to shame. Let's just put it that way. And I will be doing a review of Robert's book, the comic book that Shane sent me as well. I have to read it. I'll be doing that review on the Montreal Man channel. But until then, my faithful few, from the really happy feeling I have in my heart, which is a rarity, thank you for watching the show. From the bit of a sparkle in my soul because of these guys, thank you for watching the show, and we'll see you again soon. Hey, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the eyebrow, the Mad Montreal Man. Rewind.